Welcome to another live with Josie. I am the founder and owner of Girl Plus Kingdom TV and Ministries, and I have a good message for the ladies. Men, this is not going to be for you, it's going to be for the ladies only. And hold on, y'all. It's telling me something about rotating my device. Hold on, y'all, real quick. I don't want to rotate. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Because that's doing too much, and it's not going to give me the angle that I want. Yeah, I know what I was doing. I knew exactly what I was doing. I'm going to keep it at this angle because I want to. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to keep it at this angle because I want to. How about that? How about them apples? Because this is the same angle I always have it at all the time. And so, again, welcome into today's live. I'm going to be painting my nails. So, y'all will be with me on the painting my nails journey while I talk to you about um, femininity. That's today's topic for today. And if you guys have not already done so, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell. So every time I go live or upload a video, y'all will know that Josie has uploaded a video. And on this channel specifically, we talk about leveling up on every level, whether that is your health, whether that is your relationships, whether that is your business, ministry, finding your purpose, like all of that, right, is on this channel. And so stay tuned and stay locked in for what God has in store for us on this channel. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning back in and joining me each and every time that I go live. I appreciate my chosen fam because over here, that's what I call y'all. Okay. We are family from the kingdom of God. Those of you that join this channel, it just simply means that God has chosen you. Okay. Because I know that God has chosen me for a great work. So welcome in all over the world. If I don't say your name, just know that you are welcome. Know that you are valued and appreciated for joining me today. And this is going to be really for the ladies. Okay. It's not going to be for the men. So just hold off, men, because I got some for y'all at a later time. But I want the kingdom women to come into the building and you guys can listen in. Of course, you can always listen in or stay tuned in. But because of the topic, it's just really for my women of God. And so, welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome from all over the world. It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to be here to talk to you guys about femininity today. And I want to go ahead and just jump on in. I was trying to wait for a few of y'all to come in. And so, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's topic. So, femininity is the art of being a woman. Okay. Femininity is the art of just simply being a woman. God created us as women to be feminine. He created us to be the opposite of a male or a man, right? And so when we think about what social media was trending on social media, we see how it's all about the outer appearance. But that's just a part of femininity. Okay. That's not the whole idea of what femininity is, because femininity is much more than just what you put on. It's more than your makeup. It's more than your clothing. It's more than you putting on heels, you putting on lashes, you doing your hair. That's a part of self-care, and it is a part of femininity. But we're going to go deeper a little bit today because I want to touch on the inner qualities of a feminine woman and the things that you really need to have as a feminine woman so that you can really attract the right type of man. Okay. And so, and it ain't even just about attracting the right type of man. Let me rephrase that a little bit. It's more so about us really understanding our power as women and walking in it. That's really what it's about. But as you understand, and as I understand more about femininity, then we'll be able to likewise attract partners that, reflect what reflect what we know and reflect who we are as women. Because a lot of times, y'all, we as women, we don't understand, like, men are very simple. They are not, men are not complex. We are way more complex than men are. And when you operate in your femininity or the power that God is giving you as a woman, then you will start to attract men that want to cater to you, men that want to love you, men that want to adore you, men that want to give to you. And what I have found is that um it's a mindset thing, it's a character thing, it's how you carry yourself as a woman. And if y'all don't know, this is me painting my nails while we talk, but it's really about your character, your heart, your mind, the way you think, the way you walk, the way you talk. Because feminine women, we are not loud. Okay, we're not. It don't mean that you can't have a tone about yourself, and but most of us, we have we have been lied to about even that. Most of us have been lied to about the way that we should talk. Oh, your tone has to be very low. But no, it doesn't necessarily have to be low. But um a feminine woman that carries herself with the attributes of God and the attributes of the Holy Spirit, she's going to have a more gentle and quiet spirit about herself. She's going to be more um she's going to be more humble in her spirit. She's going to exude peace. She's going to exude the qualities of Christ, the qualities of God. And don't come on this channel. Please don't come on this channel talking about what women do and what women are, because if you're not a woman, you wouldn't understand a woman's pain. And if you are not a woman, you wouldn't understand the reason why she might be loud. And we don't tear women down on this channel, we build them up. Okay. We build up women. So if you come on here with a misogynistic attitude as a man and you're not here to build up a woman, you want to talk down about a woman, get off of this channel. Because here, it doesn't matter what a woman has done or where she might fall short. I'm here as a sister in Christ to lift that woman up each and every time. That's why this channel is here. All right. That's one of the reasons why this channel is here. And so I might bring an awareness to something, but I'm not going to tear my sister down, because I was once the woman that was loud. I was once the woman that, didn't know how to be more humble and more gentle. And it threw off the balance within myself. I was her. I was her. And so I know what women go through when we suffer from being loud. That's something that's deeper within ourselves that we need God to heal. And so a woman goes through a whole lot. A woman goes through quite a bit. So it's not to tear another woman down if she is loud, but it's saying that when you are a feminine woman, when you operate in biblical femininity, you tend to have a woman that, when you operate in biblical femininity, you typically are more gentle. You're not as loud. You're not boisterous. Your voice is not, it doesn't incline very much. Why? Because you have peace within yourself. But that peace comes from God. That peace that a woman has comes from God. Okay. And then she's able to show up in her femininity because she's at peace within herself. She knows how to balance her emotions within herself. She's emotionally regulated, emotionally stable herself, because God has given her peace. And God has healed her heart from bitterness, from resentment, from anger issues, from what her mama and her daddy did, from what people did, the men that was in her past, right? Or in her life. These things shape a woman, right? And so for men that say, oh, I hate a loud woman, let me tell you something. That woman is suffering from something internally. So instead of saying, oh, I hate a loud woman, how about you become the man that can help cultivate that peace within her? Because men are cultivators, men are builders, men have a quality within them. And the Bible says that a a man should wash his wife with the word. And so you guys can build us in whatever way that you really want us to be. But if you yourself is not stable, you wouldn't know a thing or two about helping a woman to cultivate to become her best self, because you have not become your best self. So when I see a man talking down on a woman, or talking about how a woman is not this or a woman is not that, or I hate women that do this, I hate that women, you probably hate women in general. I'm just being honest. And if you do hate women in general, you will not have the mentality, or you won't have enough in you to help that woman become the best version of herself. And so, um, while I'm not condoning a woman being loud, because it's the opposite of being a feminine woman, feminine women carry themselves a certain way. They're most likely not very loud. They're more so exuding kindness and peace and joy and an overflow of an abundance of love, right? And they know how to understand that as a woman, I'm going to be emotional by nature, by default. But I also know how to balance my emotions through going, because I've been to therapy, right? Or because I know how to reframe negative thinking. I know how to show up for myself. I know how to pour into myself. So even though I'm an emotional creature, I know that as a woman, I have to then go and get the tools I need so that I can learn how to better control my emotions and better, like, really just balance them out. So I don't always have to be all over the place with my man. I'm resting in my peace. I'm resting in joy. I'm resting in love. So now I'm going to attract that very thing from a man. I remember, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. So I had met this man, right? And he had saw me on the side of the road, and I was like, y'all know how you pull into an intersection to turn into like like, let's say that there's a huge lot, and it got a grocery store, it got different restaurants in it and all of that. Well, in order for you to get to the grocery store, you got to pull into um a certain little intersection and then turn into it. So I had did that one night, right? And this man came out of nowhere, and he saw me just sitting there on my phone. So he was like, "Hey," he was like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he said, "Do you need anything? You need gas or anything?" He was like, "What are you doing in this intersection right here?" And this man didn't know me from Adam or Eve. So he was like, pull somewhere where it's safe. He was like, because this it's not safe for you to be right here. And it wasn't even a bad place to be. But he saw that it could maybe potentially be a bad place, because maybe somebody would hit my car from behind, or something like that, because I am just sitting here at a turning intersection. So he probably saw what I didn't. And him being a protector, as a man, he was like, let me try to protect her. She needs to go pull the safety. So I did. And the man, when I pulled over, he was like, go to this gas station literally right here and then do whatever you got to do on your phone. So I listened to him. I did what he told me to do. I go pull up at the gas station, and then the man begins to he was like, are you hungry? He was like, do you need some money to get you something to eat, or do you need money for gas? Like, what do you need? Now, granted, I didn't know this man from Adam or Eve. I didn't know him at all. He just saw me and was like, I need to help her. That is the art of being a woman. That is just when a man sees a woman operating and just being her, that makes that man want to step up. We call it damsel in distress. We call it a damsel in distress thing, but I wasn't a damsel in distress. Maybe he saw me, very pretty lady on the side of the road. She need to get the safety. How can I help her? That was probably going through his head. Okay, I'm a Black African American queen. He probably thought, let me try to help her because I don't want nothing to happen to her. I love my Black women. It could have just very well been a thing like that. So we get to the gas station. He's asking me, do I need help? Right. And then he proceeds to say, can I please have your number? And so I was like, sure, why not? Because his level of his level of protection. Of course, as a woman, we as women, we desire for our men to protect us at all costs. That's something that we are drawn to naturally as women. We want, as a white man, Kevin said, as a white man, amen. Like, no, seriously. And it's not even about, like, I think men are generally the same in that aspect, no matter your color or where you come from. But it's just, some black men, they look out for us as queens, as their black sister or whatever. They tend to have that thing about us. But and it's a very good thing. So I gave him my number, and then we parted ways. He checked on me. He was like, "You made it home safe?" And I was like, "Yeah, I made it home safe." He stayed on the actually he had stayed on the phone with me until I had made it home, and then was like, "You made it home safe," all of that. He did all of that. And so later on down the line, like, I had stopped communicating with him because I was actually talking to somebody, and the talk was getting more serious. And the type of woman that I am, I don't have multiple men. If I know that I'm locked in with somebody, I'm locked in with you. So I don't entertain other men on the side when I know I'm locked in with a man. Okay, that's too much. It's too much. And that's a tip for a woman that may be watching this or maybe watch this later, that you don't have to have a whole lot of men on your roster just to feel important or just to feel like a woman. When you know you locked into somebody, lock into them, give them the best that you got, and build something with that person, or at least try to. If it doesn't work out, cool, but at least you know that you didn't go behind his back and play around. Okay, because men hate that. So, and also too, it make us look bad as women when we do that. Now, if you just dating around and you're not having sex with anybody, you just dating, that's cool. You can date multiple people, but when you know it's finna get heavy, thick, committed wise, then you need to fall all the way back. If another man is pursuing you, you just kindly let him know, like, hey, I respect you, I like X, Y, and Z about you, but at this time I'm really locked into somebody already. And maybe in the future, if I'm free, or maybe in the future if I become available, if you like this man, then you'll tell him, maybe in the future we can talk, or I would like to date you or whatever. But be respectful. Let your character speak louder than anything else about you. Let your character speak louder as a feminine woman, as a woman of God. Be more than your beauty, more than your hair, more than your makeup, more than your lashes, more than your nails being done, more than your toes being done, more than how much money you got in the bank, because men don't care about how much money you have in the bank. Okay, not a masculine man, not a real man. He don't care about stuff like that, because he understand that I'm the provider anyway. Now, a man want to know that a woman has her own and can stand on her own, right? That you won't just depend on him for everything and break his pockets and all of that, because you need so much, right? So men do like when we are independent. But a man doesn't care about that more than he cares about the quality or the character of the woman. So when you have good character, that also is a very good sign of what femininity is. Having good godly character, your conduct is intact. Because I could have very well just told the man that wanted to pursue me. I could have told him, like, hey, like, I'm gonna talk to you and him too, because he had knew about the fact that I was seeing someone else. So he could have, at that point, I could have been like, I want to talk to you and I'm going to talk to him as well. But him seeing that I wasn't doing that, it increased his desire for me. And it also increased his respect for me. And so later on down the line, me and the guy I was talking to, we had stopped talking. And so he was like, I had reached out to him about a business situation. And he was like, hey, I was just thinking about you. I was thinking about you the other day, right? So he was like, man, he was like, this is crazy that you reached out to me. So we're talking, and then out of nowhere, he was like, I think that I can do you better than the man that you talking to. Because I ended up having to, like, tell him, like, I didn't tell him me and the guy wasn't talking anymore, because I had already moved on and I didn't want to see him. I just wanted to talk to him about a business endeavor. I didn't want to see him. So I, as a woman, to protect myself and to not have him to pursue me heavily, I just told him like, hey, I'm still seeing somebody, and you can call it wrong or right, but we as women have to do that sometimes to keep the man from not heavily pursuing us. And if that's bad, I'm sorry, but we do it. And so the guy, he was like, I want to marry you. He don't know me. That man did not know me. But he was like, I want to marry you. He was like, it's something about you. I can't put my finger on what it is. And I want to tell you that because I didn't know him, I know that it didn't have anything to do with my looks. It had everything to do. Well, my looks probably caught his attention. Not gonna lie. I feel like sometimes girls don't have always have that respect to let us know that we shouldn't spend our time pursuing him. Well, if I agree with that, Kevin, but on my standpoint, I didn't want him to pursue me for a very important reason. And so I had told him that I was, like not available. So I did tell him I wasn't available. He continued to pursue me, even in me telling him I wasn't available. I didn't want to be pursued by him. And so I told him what I told him on purpose. And he continued to pursue me regardless. And so that was different than what you're saying, Kevin. But I do agree with what you're saying. But that's not what I'm saying that I did. I didn't lead him on. I told him, hey, right now I'm not available. But at the same time, me telling him that didn't stop him from consistently still trying to pursue me. And so um he would have tried to pursue harder had I told him I was not with seeing anyone, and he would have tried to continue to come after me, and I didn't want that. And so I didn't also want to crush his ego or also crush his him. I didn't want to crush him. So I said that to protect him and me, but he still came after. And so he was just like, I want to marry you. Like, I don't know what it is about you, but I want I want what your man got, I want, and that's you. And he told me that. But the truth is that he saw my character. He saw my personality. He saw my mindset, that I wasn't willing to just jump in the bed with some random man that I didn't know, that I wasn't willing to just give my all to somebody and I barely even know you, that I was also willing, I had enough godly character as a woman to tell this man, like, hey, I'm seeing somebody. And if in the future, um, if in the future I become available again and able to start dating somebody else, if that's my choice, then hey, you would be somebody that I would go for. And so for me to tell him that I wasn't available and him still trying to pursue me, that did kind of offset me a little bit mentally, because I felt like if a woman is telling a man like I'm not available, this man should respect that, and he should kind of be like, okay, respectfully, okay. But it speaks to the character of a man that would intrude in somebody else's relationship. Because if he would do that with me, he would do that with me with another woman. I'm just keeping it 100% for real. So I don't want to talk to a man that would talk to me and I'm telling him, hey, Londa, I wouldn't want another man that would talk to me and I'm sitting here telling him that I'm in another relationship. And in me telling him that I'm in another relationship, he still would decide to pursue me. Yeah, no thanks. Like, I'm not interested. Like, why would I want to talk to you after you have clearly shown me that you don't have solid character? Because a man that has solid character, he would definitely be like, okay, I'm I see that you have somebody, you told me you're not available. Let's take care of business and what you call me for. And maybe in the future, when you do come available, like I would definitely want to be with you. But this man literally became obsessed with me in a short period of time and he did not know me. But what I think also was happening was it was just me resting in my femininity. That's it. I was resting in who I am and who I was. That's it. I was simply just being Josie. That's it. And in me having good character, a good mind, a good head on my shoulders, presenting myself like a queen, standing for something, putting having boundaries in place. You can't call me at this time. You can't just do whatever you want to do because you think that most women are desperate. Most women are not desperate. I'm beautiful enough to have whoever I want, but I'm not desperate. I don't have to have a man. I don't have to be in a relationship. But in the mind of some men, they think that, oh, if a woman, most women, they are desperate to have a man. Most women are desperate to be in a relationship. So I'm going to push her boundaries, or I'm going to test her beyond her limit because I don't think she's going to take a stand. But when a woman begins to stand up for herself and take a stand, then that man is just like, oh, so you different. And he was the man that I was mentioning earlier in this video. He would say that about me. He'd be like, oh, you different. And he couldn't have me, and I wasn't easily accessible to him. So that's another thing about biblical femininity. Don't always be easily accessible to a man. Hi, Max. Don't always be easily accessible to a man. Have your own life, have your own goals, have your own stuff going on. The moment you are easily accessible to a man, desperation steps in. And it's the opposite of you carrying yourself as a queen. It's the opposite of you carrying yourself as a feminine woman, because desperate energy, it makes men can smell desperation from a mile away. And it'll cause men to have to be like, yeah, no thanks. Like, or I know I'm going to use her, or I'm going to put her in a category with the other women because she's too desperate. And okay, Kevin said, what's the difference between being not easily accessible and playing hard to get? Good question. See, Kevin, I'm glad you on here. I'm glad you on here. I'm glad you on here. So I hope y'all have been blessed by this so far. Please like and subscribe if you have not, and hit the notifications bell for me. And thank y'all in advance. But what's the difference between being not easily accessible and playing hard to get? So when I'm not easily accessible, it means that how can I explain this? Because I understand it in my mind, but now I got to break it down to you or somebody else. So for instance, like I wasn't just throwing myself at him. I wasn't easily accessible because I wasn't desperate. I didn't have a desperateness about me. I was more relaxed, chill. What's going to be is going to be. Telling him my boundaries, putting things in place to protect my heart, like not allowing him to call me all the time of the day. Creating healthy boundaries, such as not having certain conversations. If I don't want to, I'm going to take my time and introduce you to my world slowly, how I want it done, right? Because you're pursuing me. So me knowing my place as a queen means that I kind of run this a little bit. Not saying that men don't have any call in the whole equation, because you do, but I believe that a woman, she is the one that sets the pace. She sets the pace. The man should not go faster than the woman unless he knows that's my wife. I'm ready to take her off the market. So that man that is ready for commitment, the man that's ready to, pursue that woman at that level because he knows that's his wife, he might come a little harder. But the woman would receive that if she sees him as her husband too, or as somebody that she wants to pursue her. So she might allow the pace to go faster at that point. So that's how a woman cannot be easily accessible, by setting healthy boundaries. A woman that is just so eager to be in a relationship, men tend to dog out, and men tend to not take serious. So just I would say for thank you, Max, for subbing. I would say for the woman that like she doesn't have that sense of like groundedness within herself enough to say, you know what, I'm not eager for a relationship. If I get married, I get married. If I don't get married, I don't get married. I'm fine either way, because I know that I'm good. I'm good by myself. If I never have anybody. I'm settled with who I am. I've worked on myself. I have worked on my attitude, my personality, my character, my heart. I've worked on my mindset. And so now having a man is an addition. I'm secure within me. So I don't need validation from the outside. But when you haven't done that internal work, you're more desperate, you're more thirsty, and that throws you off as a woman. It imbalances you, make you imbalanced as a woman, and you start attracting men that are not good for you. And so that's that's the part of being easily accessible. But when a woman plays hard to get, Kevin, that just looks like a woman that's playing hard to get is a woman that she might not answer your phone call, right? She might say no 1,000 times. She might tell you, oh, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that, right? She's playing hard to get. She's playing hard to get. So I would say the woman that's not easily accessible, she's really true and grounded in herself. She's not just telling you I'm busy and not being really busy. She's not just making up stuff just so you can make just so she can make you think that she's this woman that just got it going on. But the woman that's not easily accessible, she really do have goals. She has dreams. She's pursuing her destiny. She's pursuing the things that she should pursue. And so naturally her time is limited. Naturally her time, she's spending time with her family. She's spending time maybe traveling. She's spending time getting to know herself more. She's spending time maybe with her children. She has a life. She has a real life. But the woman that's playing hard to get, she don't really have a life. And so she puts on a facade or a persona just to make you think as a man that she's a catch. And also you'll see it in her attitude. She'll be more mean. And I've heard people say, oh, men like the mean girls more than he likes the nice girl. I think that's not true. I think that a healthy masculine man, he loves a woman that rests in her femininity. And as a woman that rests in her femininity, she is kind. Her words are kind. Her attitude is pleasant to deal with. She's not always angry and always talking loud and being rude to people and mistreating, mishandling people. A real woman that loves herself wouldn't even carry herself that way. So I don't want my man to be attracted to a hood ratchet version of me. I need my man to see me being gentle, being kind. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much for even asking the question, because that was a really good question. But I need my man to see me being kind. I need my man seeing me being, patient. I need him to respect those attributes about me, right? Because it's going to be necessary for his growth. Because a man that come home to a brawling wife, a brawling woman, an angry woman is a man that will not have no peace, not in his house. And if he need peace, he gonna search for it outside. So because I have worked on myself, I have attracted very good quality men. I could say that. Yeah, you can ask me some advice, Kevin. I can definitely say, because of me going through the process of unlearning toxic behavior patterns and unlearning what I grew up in, trauma, healing from trauma, those things help me to be able to love myself more and put up healthy boundaries in place. And because I have healthy boundaries with myself, I'm able to put boundaries up with men. And that's how feminine women carry themselves. And whatever is not for me, Lord, let it leave. You know what I'm saying? If it's not for me, Lord, let it walk out the same door it came in. Because if you can't respect me being a kind-hearted woman, a loving woman, a patient woman, a nurturer, then I'm not able to add value to your life. And I don't want to be connected to a man that would rather me be angry and upset and frustrated all the time. No, I need you to create a space for me too to rest in my femininity. Okay, Kevin said, I don't want to distract from today's topic, but I'm in college. And there's this, oh, you're fine, Kevin. We can talk. And there's this girl in a couple of my classes, and she's just different. I feel she's more special than the girls in my other classes, but I'm having a tough time building up the courage to give her my number. Man, you a real one, Kevin. You're a real one. You're a real one. You're a real one. And first, let me start by saying that I I love. I don't know you personally, but I love the way you carry yourself. I love the way that you exude manhood, that you exude masculinity. Like, you are so positive as a man. You've come onto the live and you just exuded so much positivity that there's no doubt that if you did approach that girl, like, she would definitely have a catch on her hands. Like, if you did approach that girl, that girl would she would have somebody that's really good for her, no doubt, because you carry a light and you carry a level of just masculinity that women, like good women, we look for in men. And it's okay to feel shy, Kevin, because you might not want to get rejected. But I think that what you have from what you've exuded on this live today, like, I've seen you come on before, so I remember you by name. And I think that you have what it takes. You have what it takes. And if I were you, I would, um, if I were you, I would just, the only way to do it is just to do it. That's the only way to do it, is just to do it. Or maybe find a problem that she has and then offer to help her with it. It could be anything. It could be carrying her books. It could be um, helping her study something that she might struggle with. Um, just having a nice, friendly demeanor and not being so overly over the top with it could also open the door for you to, um, possibly have a chance to pursue her. But most women like a man that's confident. We like to be attracted to the man that likes us as well, but confidence sometimes can definitely give you a shot as well. So let's say you feel like it's something about yourself that you personally feel like would disqualify you from talking to her. She might be the girl that most men like, want, desire. I'm not sure. But your confidence will knock all those other men out the park. And then when she gets close to you and sees that you have good character and see that you are a man that is masculine, that will show up for her, that will love her, protect, provide, and offer that level of stability in her life, she's going to know she got gold in her hands. She's going to know that, Kevin, that you was the one that God made for her. Like, she's going to know. And so that would be my advice for you. Just be bold, just be confident, just act like you are that guy, because you are him. You are him. You are literally that guy. And why wouldn't she want a shot with you? Why would she turn you down? You're Kevin. You have a lot to offer. And so a man that has confidence, Londa even agreed, like, thank you, sis, for agreeing that she said, true. I find a man with confidence is sexy. See, Kevin, telling you, confidence is the key to getting any girl that you want. Even if you feel nervous inside, don't even let her. I'm gonna tell you another story. And thank y'all for staying with me, because I know I can talk, but I promise you, like, it's all good conversation and it's very helpful. So I remember one time, this guy was interested in me, and I was his dream girl, so to speak. I was his dream girl, and later found out, like, I was his dream girl. But let me tell you how he caught me. So we were on we were friends on Facebook. Well, we are friends on Facebook, and he would just like all my pictures, right? He liked all my pictures. You're welcome, Kevin. You're welcome. You're gonna have to go for it. I'm telling you, you can do it. But I'm gonna give you this example, and maybe this can help you. Okay, maybe this will help. So he was liking all my posts on Facebook, right? And I was like, okay, I know him in real life. Like, I knew the guy in real life, real time, right? We would always attend church services together. And when he started liking my post on Facebook, I was like, why is this man liking all my posts? So in my mind as a woman, I know, okay, he's interested in me. Okay, he interested. He want to know me. He want to know about Josie. And for me, what he didn't know, because a feminine woman never approaches, she waits to be approached. A feminine woman, a real woman that has character, has standards, love herself, would never approach a man. Okay? Because remember, we don't chase, we attract. So I liked him too, but he didn't know. He was so afraid to approach me. He was so shy and timid. He was giving me what you was saying you felt for the girl. Like he was just so like, man, right? But again, I had been seeing him inside of different places, right? And I noticed that he was watching me. I knew he was watching me. So the girl that you are highly interested in, I guarantee you she knows that you are interested, because we as women, we pay attention. So if a man like us, we're going to be watching you. We're going to be paying attention in some way or some shape, form, or fashion. We're going to know, oh, he might like me. He might want me. But again, some women are not going to approach you. Some women are not going to say anything to you. And you might think, she don't like me. She would never go for me. But here's the thing. So fast forward, just describe my situation. We friends now, Kevin. Now I listen, we family over here. We family over here, okay? So I'm telling you that, like, when I tell you I wasn't going to approach him, but I liked him. Okay. I, for years, had been liking him, but, well, not for years. I hadn't liked him for years. I had been seeing him for years, but I saw him noticing me for years too. But because I was in a relationship, he didn't intrude on my relationship. He just allowed life to go by. Time went by. And then finally, I broke up with my ex. And so, somehow, some way, he just got the guts to approach me, and he inboxed me, and we went from there at the time, and his confidence won me over. His confidence took me just like that. And he might have felt like, well, I'm this, I'm that. I got this wrong with me. I got that wrong with me. Because I literally found out, Kevin, that I was the girl of his dreams. I was literally the girl in his mind that he saw, that he prayed for, that he wanted. Like, I was her. And so imagine if he wouldn't have never approached me. Imagine if he would have just been like, nope, like, I'm not approaching her. Would we have had a great chemistry relationship? Would we have fell in love, loved each other tight? Would we have had that if he would have never approached me? Because he felt like, man, that girl. He was literally like heads over heels, like, that girl, her right there, that's going to be my wife. When I first had my first initial conversation with him on the phone, he was like, man, he was like, I like you because you stood on business. Like, you didn't just let me come into your life and you stood on business from the first initial conversation. And he was like, you my wife. You the one for me. You the one for me. I'm like, I'm the one for you. How you know I'm the one for you? What is the signs? Look, I started messing with him. I'm like, what were the signs? Okay. I want to know. Tell me some things you saw about me. This man didn't even know me like enough. He knew me, but he didn't know me enough, right? To even be telling me like, you my wife. And then the same week, he was like, you my woman. You my woman. You my woman. Oh no, you my woman. I want to be in a committed relationship with you. He locked it down just that fast, like, because he knew what he wanted. And that level of confidence made me sure that, hey, same thing you want, I want too. But see, when I came back around to him in a conversation we was talking about, I don't remember what we was talking about, but I remember telling him, I was like, the same way that you want me, I was like, what you didn't know is that I liked you the whole time too. I liked you. I was just waiting for you to come to me, to approach me, because I surely wasn't about to go and approach you. And if you thought that this beautiful chocolate woman was gonna come and approach you, you had nothing coming. So sometimes you just gotta take that leap of faith and just believe in yourself. Know that you are that guy that she will be blessed to have. She will be blessed to be with, and you go for it. Like, and then I want you to tell me, like, come back and tell me. You can come back and comment on this same video and just tell me how it go. Tell me your experience, and we're gonna talk about it, right? And if you need more advice, comment and let me know what else you think you might need, and I'll be that sister to give that advice to you and help you to get that girl. Help you to get that girl. Because if that's the girl you see in your dreams, if that's your dream girl, Kevin, go for it. Go for it. Let her experience that confidence, and then, show up. Just show up and just be like, that's my girl. I know she gonna say yeah. I know. And whatever it takes, if she acts like maybe she act a little rough. Sometimes women do that to protect themselves. Sometimes women act like they don't want to be approached because they don't want to be approached by the wrong man. But if you have the right motive, if you have the right intent, if you want to make her your wife, if you know you coming to take her off the market and, hey, lock it down like you mine, she's going to love that. She's going to, and she's going to say yes. She's going to say yes. Unless you just do some weird stuff. I don't see why she would say no, unless you just do some weird stuff and just ruin it. But other than that, I think you should go for it. Um, so yeah, that's any more questions? Do anybody else have any more questions before we get off today's live? I enjoy talking to y'all. And I be expecting the ladies to comment more than the men, but the men be coming more than the ladies. The men be coming more than the ladies do. Like, y'all stay on top of the comments. Each and every live I do, it be the men that comment the most. Now, I have sometimes my sisters come in and they comment, like Londa came in, she commented. Thank you, Londa. Welcome. I love you in real life. And then some more of my other sisters come on and they comment. But men comment a lot more. And I'll be like, okay, I'm here to pour. I'm here to serve. That's what I love. Londa said, same, will not approach a man so against it. Yeah, Londa, because you can't. As a feminine woman, why would you ever want to approach a man? And it's also crazy to me why women will get down on one knee and want a man to want to marry a man. Like, what is wrong with us? Where have we gotten off to where we think it's okay to then get down on one knee to propose to a man? Like, the level of desperation it takes to do that. Yeah, you do. Do you have the notification thing on, Londa? Because if you have the notifications bell on, every time I go live, it'll let you know I'm live. Kevin said, you covered it all for me, but I was talking to my guy friends and I realized I need to talk to a girl about this. Their advice was going to get me in trouble. see, but at least you was able to identify and know. Yeah, I love you too, Londa. At least you was able to identify and know that, their advice wasn't going to get it for you. And so then I thank God that I was able to give you this advice, because I believe that if you know that she's the one, that's her, it's something different about her, go for it. Because sometimes we get in that situation, that be the very person that do say yes, that we end up marrying and being with for the rest of our lives. So it's worth a shot. But yeah, I think that I have exhausted the topic today. I again enjoyed talking to y'all. Remember, ladies, we do not chase men, we attract men. Remember that we do not operate in desperation, because when we do, we attract thieves, we attract men that are not good for us, we attract men that leech, men that take, men that don't want nothing. And that's not okay. But when you stand down and you know what you want, And you'll attract a man that likewise knows what he wants. And you are his choice. You should be that man's choice. That man should look at you and be like, man, whoo, you the one for me. What I got to do to get with you? What I got to do to be in your life? That man, if he don't look at you like that, he don't like you enough. And I don't want us to be, as women, to be in situations where we talking to men that don't like us enough. You need to be with somebody who's head over heels for you, who would go to war for you, who would pull up on you, who will see about you, who will protect you, provide for you on every level. That's the type of man that you should want in your life. A man that will go above and beyond to make sure you good. He calling you, he texting you all throughout the day. He getting on your nerves. That's how you know a man love you. That's how you know a man like you. That's how you know, yeah, I got one. And he got one too. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to reciprocate in our relationships. So just like he feel about you, you need to be giving the same energy. And if you can't, then you're in the wrong relationship. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching. As long as you guys have, give this video a thumbs up. If you have not, subscribe and hit the notifications bell. So when I go live, you guys will know that Josie is live. Listen, I enjoyed this conversation with y'all, and y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. God bless you.